something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
A vibrant community now lives in the shadows. Saint and Alistair need to crack the mystery of what's happening to Kenway, Nevada, before they're the only two souls left inside the city limits. When we last left the two of you, you were inside of the Last Call Sign Bar and Grill. You had just had an interesting encounter outside the hotel in which you were kind of able to piece together what may be happening to the other citizens of Kenway, Nevada, and you were going over your notes while cracking open a cold one with the boys.
With the other boy that we hang out with.
Yes.
With the other boy, as there are only two of you.
Yeah, Cactus is the other boy.
So anyway, you two are still in that booth. Whether you want to stay here and have another beer, leave town completely, go to Disneyland, up to you.
Oh, fuck, is that an option?
Yeah, you don't have to do the missions.
Oh, sick, let's go. Fuck this town.
Could be someone else's problem. Could be Oliver Coy's problem.
Oofda.
No, wait, hold on. This is Alistair's job. Alistair does have to do this. I don't. I could leave.
No, I mean, yeah, except for your Matthew Saint's D12 in duty says otherwise.
Now, in my defense, that's not how this game works anymore. We don't play Cortex anymore.
I know.
Now, my duty does come first.
Something about that sentence is just like, I'm never gonna stop.
True.
I'm never gonna let go of that particular artifact of Cortex.
Yeah, that I took a D12 in duty. Yeah. That's my trouble. Is my duty comes first, so it still kind of applies. I should just change the name of my trouble to a D12 in duty. So we're not leaving town. We're gonna go break into a radio station.
We have to go break into the radio station.
We have to go break into the radio station. Now, as discussed off air, neither of us have burglary, so that's gonna be an interesting one. But I do have multiple attempts to re-roll that I've got stashed away in my little pocket. And you should too, actually. I just have a specific skill that lets me re-roll twice.
This is true, yes. I do have...
I have not used any fate points either, and I don't think you have.
I have, mine says 2 out of 3, so I think I did.
So you must have used a fate point.
But I don't remember what it was for.
Well, I haven't used any of my fate points, and I have my slightly OP ability that I've literally never used, so might as well use it.
So we need to break into the radio station.
We need to break into the radio station, so I say we just go there and just start trying. I do have a crowbar, notably, so we could use that. Maybe. I think that's the only way we're gonna break in. Like, we start breaking windows. Yeah. Or we could try the old, like, credit card trick, I guess, but that only works with old locks, so I don't know.
I mean, just based on when it looks like much of the rest of that building was renovated last, it's not worth a try.
Yeah, it's not, I guess, unreasonable. I'll also, like, it's gonna look so sketchy if I'm just walking down the street with a crowbar.
You have a backpack, don't you?
Probably. I have my diaper bag full of, like, exorcism stuff. Is that gonna look less sketchy?
Saying
Probably.
right now we work for the electrical company. A crowbar is perfectly within the realm of reasonable equipment for the electrical company to be carrying around.
Really? Is that true? If you saw an electrical guy carrying a crowbar, would you not think that was kind of odd? What's he crowbarring? He works with electrical lines.
If I know anything about video games, it's for whacking crates.
The key thing is to walk as if you are a man who needs to be walking through this area holding a crowbar.
With a crowbar. I guess so. Alright, we'll give it a shot. Okay, so we need to go back
those,
to...
sometimes those old junction boxes, they get rusted shut. Preventative maintenance really isn't high on the priority list. See, this is the thing, is most people's brains want an easy, logical explanation for a situation. So if you simply suggest the beginnings of an easy and logical explanation for something, they will fill in the gaps.
I don't want to put too fine of a point on it, but I don't know if there's anyone left in town to stop you.
There's also that.
True.
Thank you, God.
Okay, I think the chances of us getting back to the radio station and there being fucking nobody
literally
left in
nobody
there are really pretty high.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, what are they gonna fucking do? Chase us out of town?
We're approaching, I don't know, fucking the final countdown's about to start playing over the cursed radio station.
Okay, let's pay our tab and go get my crowbar and then go attempt to break into a building.
Yep. I gotta have I'm a multi-tool guy, right?
I think so. Jules had a multi-tool, which I think that we have.
Yeah, I think now, we have Jules' multi-tool.
We have Jules' multi-tool, so we could just use that. You probably also have one.
Yeah, I think mine is
hers is the one that had I think if I am recalling correctly, had the, her graduation date on it.
Yeah. That does seem like the kind of thing that people give to... it's like you graduate from the fucking FBI Academy. Yeah, of course they give you a personalized multi-tool.
A multi-tool, yeah. If you're Jules, they do.
Yeah.
Okay,
you just
great.
gotta be that cool.
Yeah. Or that much of a lesbian.
Same
thing. Same thing. Okay, yeah, let's leave.
Someone had to say it, I guess. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know if I have a super invested... Anyway.
Okay.
We exit.
Yeah.
We pay our bill and we leave.
Pay our tab and we leave.
You hand the nice bartender a decent amount of money to pay for your drinks and a tip. Obviously, I presume you are both tippers and you're not, those assholes.
Animals? Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, no. We're both of us, no, we live in a society. We tip.
Exactly. You walk out into a largely empty street. You can still see that there are a number of shadows, a number of silhouetted creatures. But they are almost fading. A quick glance up will reveal why. The sun is going down and the world is getting a little bit darker. But there is nobody between you and the radio station. This is truly a ghost town.
Yeah, I think Alistair kind of looks over at Saint. And it's just I hate getting to the point of a mission where the time for subtlety and discretion has passed. But I think we're there.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
Alistair becomes aware of the metaphor.
Yep. I mean, this is Alistair genuinely hates getting to this point. If things have gone this wrong for this many people, he's starting to feel like he's fucked up.
Yeah, even though we just got in town 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
If that. But still.
Well, he's a perfectionist.
He is. The B&B is right across the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Cool. My bike is there, so I'll run across and grab my crowbar, and then we can... I don't think we want or need anything else, so...
No, I've got the blacklight flashlight and my regular equipment, and I'm just gonna have to get in there.
All right. The two of you take a pit stop at the bed and breakfast. As mentioned, you are able to walk in and out with ease because, as mentioned, there is nobody there to stop you. As you leave, however, you hear kind of a little rolling meow and look down and back, and you see that Cactus is doing... You know how cats can sometimes do a little jog?
Yeah, they do their little trot.
Yeah. Cute shit, huh? Cactus is doing a little jog up to you.
Oh, hey, buddy. I'll kneel down and give him a scritch. But does it seem like is he trying to get our attention, or is he like...
Yeah. Well, yeah, that he's at least trying to run up to you. He's not trying to alert you that someone fell down a well or anything.
I mean, that is... I was going to say, that's not what I meant, but, like, that is kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
If he was trying to draw our attention to something specific. I mean, we're taking him with us, right? We've been trying to steal this cat this whole time, but now there's no one left to stop us, so I think we should bring him.
What is it, Cactus? Did your owner get banished to realms beyond?
Did your owner get banished to the Shadow Realm?
Is your owner not but this mortal realm no more? What happened?
Shuffled off this mortal coil.
Okay. Really hate the implied ParaScience Yu-Gi-Oh crossover we're barreling towards.
Yeah, I was trying to change my phrasing so as to not totally suggest it, but yeah.
Oh no, I figured that you changed your phrasing to move away from my Yu-Gi-Oh joke just to brush right by it.
It's just gonna have to haunt us. All right, let's take the cat.
Yay! Finally! All this time we've been trying to take this cat.
My question is Cactus gonna, like, do the shoulder drape on Saint? Or is he gonna
does Cactus
run
let
along
me
with us?
pick him up?
Yeah, Cactus lets out a bit of a chirp when you try to grab him and lift him up, but he is used to strange company. He's been around for a while and he lives in a hotel. And he lets you sweep him up off his little cat paws.
Yay! I carry him like a baby.
There we go. I don't know if he'll sit on your shoulder like a parrot, but he'll definitely let you carry him.
That's alright.
When I was little, the cat that we had would literally drape himself around my mom's neck like a fox first stole when she did the dishes.
Oh, the bees.
So, like, for a moment, I was just imagining Saint, like, walking through this town with a fucking crowbar and a cat draped over his shoulders.
It's a look for sure.
Yeah, genuinely what a look. I did have to check, just because we haven't played in a bit, and we weirdly don't actually use skills all that often. I had to double check animal handling wasn't something
No.
that I needed to have
Have me roll for?
Go ahead, roll physique to support the weight of that cat.
How big is this fucking cat, Ben?
I don't know, probably like 10 pounds, normal cat.
So, that's Raleigh sized. I don't think I need to roll physique to pick up a Raleigh sized cat.
I said normal cat!
That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not actually having you roll, don't worry.
I just drop it. I just can't hold the weight of this cat.
Rip.
The emotional weight.
The buttons start popping off your shirt like, oh, I can't, the strain. This cat's too heavy.
Oh, God.
Limping
Please
to the
help
radio
me.
station.
If only Jules were here to carry this cat. Yeah, we go to the radio station.
Yeah.
Cactus in tow.
Yep.
As the sun begins to set behind the radio station, the shadows that the buildings cast lengthen and stretch down the entire length of the main street. Inadvertently, it seems that even the sun itself is kind of pointing you toward your final destination, the radio tower. All lines point to the center of town. To the heart of the town. To the radio station. The radio station itself is indeed still open. A desert wind has begun to blow through this town, and the little open sign is kind of flapping about on its little chain. the plastic smacking against the glass of the door.
Is the I forget the name of the person who was in there earlier, but are they still there?
They are indeed still there, and I don't think you ever asked it from them directly.
I thought we did. Oh, didn't they have like a name tag or something?
I believe I told you after the fact.
Okay.
That being said, it's a rookie.
Right. I remember it being a great name, but I couldn't remember specifically.
Oh, full name Rookie Hamilton?
Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you.
So we want to get to the radio tower proper rather than the little museum. Is there a separate door on the outside, or do we have to go inside to do that?
There is a separate door on the outside. On the outside front. On the left, on the kind of like extension, the wraparound building.
Great.
That's where the museum entrance is. On the right, there does appear to be a straightforward, normal entrance to the building. Perhaps even a normal entrance to the original building.
Sure. If I try and break into the door from here, are we within line of sight of Rookie?
From that door, no.
Sick.
There is, from the entrance to the museum to that other door, there's about like 2 lengths of room.
Oh.
Between.
Okay. Great.
They would have to be sticking their head out the window to see you.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just need to be quiet. Which we can certainly try and do anyway.
Okay.
You come across sort of an antique door. It's a double door with glass panes that have kind of that sort of etched glass like you'd see in a noir, like for the entrance to a detective's office or something like that. There are 2 sets of diagonal brass bars that are kind of diagonal across the face of the door. This feels like a very kind of old-timey building entrance.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you know from the town's history, that would probably be the 60s or so.
Let's try the credit card trick first. There's a chance that something this old is going to be more of a latch than like a deadbolt.
Works for me.
Okay, somebody roll something.
Okay, what am I gonna try to?
Yeah, let's take a look at our skills here.
Well,
I don't think I have anything unless we want to try and argue that maybe I can do fight. So this might be a straight roll for me.
Can I try to first investigate the door?
Sure.
And attempt to determine what manner of lock this is?
The only caveat I'm going to throw at that roll is that I don't know shit about locks. So my expertise may be limited, and perhaps we can roleplay not roleplay, sorry. Perhaps we can decide together what it looks like.
That's completely fair. I opened my mouth to say that, and then I realized that, like, I think the only thing I could tell you... My question, okay, just based on, like, the locks at, like, my current job, rather than, like, you know how on most houses, like, the deadbolt slides into the door and then out, like it's a tube, kind of, versus sometimes you'll have doors where, like, it, like, is more of, like, a longer flat thing that, like, swings out from one door into, like, a slot in the other door.
Right,
where it's, like, more of, like, a flat rectangle than a cylinder. I think my question is, does it, like, come out and go back in, or does it, like, swing up and in versus out, down and out?
Also, it is a deadbolt specifically.
Or is it a deadbolt at all? Like,
because if it's a deadbolt, that credit card trick's not going to work.
Yeah, but if it's a latch, it will.
It is, yes. If it's a latch, there is a higher probability that we will get it to work.
Okay, which, oh god, okay. I always roll for. I'm sorry, I have so many D6 systems like attempting to coexist in my head. I always roll 4, and then I add whatever my bonus is.
Yes.
Which is, I have a +2 bonus to investigate, as it is a fair skill for me.
Nice.
Someday I will get fate dice. Okay, that's hilariously, that is 2 failures, 1 success, 1 neutral, +2.
So 3.
So 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're able to investigate with relative ease, even though you're on the outside. The way you kind of jiggle the handle and kind of push and pull the door ever so slightly, just to see, you can almost kind of. It's almost like you're trying to feel its center of gravity.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
And you can feel that it's kind of dragging at the bottom of the door. That the lock is not between the two doors, but the lock is perhaps at the base, like one of those pins that go into the floor.
Ah. Excellent.
And I think that's how you're able to determine without standing on the other side. It's just kind of by feel like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think... Hey, Saint, I think if we can get the like flat end of the crowbar in between the doors, or actually the curve, say if we can kind of hook it around, I think it's just like a pin, and we might be able to pull the pin up and then yank back as soon as it gets far enough out of the door.
Is there enough of a gap between the doors to pull that off? I said that in my Saint voice, but I guess that's more of a DM question.
I'm going to say that there is a center column in this frame.
Okay.
So, it's not very wide, but the doors don't directly connect to each other. They each connect to a center part of the frame.
Yeah.
So I'm going to...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
In that case, I think we can certainly try it. We may want to do the straight end, just because I don't know if we're going to have the room to get the curved end all the way around if the gap's not very wide.
Yeah.
Or since the gap's not very wide, I say, is if I can look at this with my own eyes and I'm not hearing this from somebody else and making a guesstimation.
Yeah. Let's try the... Alright, try the flat part first.
So we'll do the flat end. Yeah.
And I'm just going to kind of estimate, like... start about 4 inches off the ground and just keep going up slowly until you see if it catches on any kind of lever or handle.
I think maybe I agree. I think I'll maybe start at the bottom, actually, and work, because those pins are usually not very, tall, right? If I start 4 inches above, I may miss it entirely.
Start at the... Alright, yeah.
Just start at the bottom and kind of wiggle my way up. I'm trying to finagle just anything out of my skills here that I can add to it. Most of my skills are charisma based.
What are the skills that I didn't take?
We don't have any physical skills. We don't have any physical skills. We lost our tank.
Would you like me to read the list?
No, it's fine.
I have it open as well.
I was gonna say I just opened it because I just finally successfully remembered how the table of contents works.
I know. If we had physique or burglary or athletics,
literally,
I feel like all of those make sense.
Burglary is
a skill that we do not
possess
as a pair. So this might just be a straight roll for me, and that's fine. I'll live with that.
The ghost of Jules Eugenio Ortiz manifests next to you.
Jules, if you're out there, I need your help.
Again, scribbles a little cartoon of Jules, sticks it to a candle, lights the candle.
Okay, I'm going to roll.
She has real mean eyebrows.
Yeah, she has real mean eyebrows, and she's just become the saint of noodle-armed boys who need to break into a radio station.
This is a rough one, gang.
Uh-oh.
That's 2 negatives, a neutral, and a positive.
Oh.
I'm gonna spend one of my stunt lucky to re-roll.
Okay.
Because I could do that twice a chapter, and that was a bad roll. This is better. So that's a negative, a neutral, or 2 neutrals and a positive. So it actually... No, it's better. It's a +1. Because the other one I think was going to end up being a -1. So this is better. Is it good? No. But it's better.
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do to, assist you with this.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I believe... we always forget how to do this. But I think that, there's a couple ways that you can assist, and one of them is, I get a +2? If I'm recalling correctly, and the other one is, we both roll, and whoever, gets the better roll.
Right. Let me open the Discerning Ghouls Guide.
You know what I could try to do?
What?
I could try to, like, use some, like, wire or something to make a little, like, something to, like,
Do a locked
put on
room
the
murder
edge of
trick?
the, like, put on the end of the crowbar
Sure.
to try to catch on there. I have a point in craft.
I have a +3 to crafts. Now, technically, crafts is not like...
I know.
It's not like crafting,
No.
like in Minecraft.
It's not like arts and crafts.
No, that's why I have a +3 to it, because it's your mechanic skill. It's your, like, tools, and it's your engineering, basically. Not to reference the Mass Effect tabletop, which I'm the only person who plays that game, but I played it yesterday, or the day before, so I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so, like, sure, you can try and use crafts to do that. I don't think that's necessarily... Truly,
once again, the problem we've run into is there's a skill for this and we don't have it.
I know. We're just, all of our stuff, we're like, if you look at us on paper in D&T terms, we've dropped all of our points into intelligence and charisma between the two of us.
Yep.
And I have some dex skills, and that's it.
Just gonna make some notes for the vampire chapter.
I guess some wisdom, because notice, I think, would be a wisdom skill.
I mean, Alistair practically
still,
already is
like...
a vampire. He's really good at getting people to invite him into wherever he needs to go.
I mean, do you just want to go fucking talk to the person inside and see if they'll let us in?
The only reason that I thought about that, but I thought we had established that they don't have access.
A key. That's right. Because we tried to get in there earlier, and they were like, I can't get you in.
They were like, we probably could convince them, but, like, unless we think we can convince them to come help us break into the radio station, and, like, they have a point in burglary.
Okay, so at what... so I rolled a +1, Ben. Does that get me anything? Do I get anywhere? Before we start freaking out about what may or may not do, let's see what I did.
You are not able to pry open the door.
All right, so next question. Do you want to try something, or do you want to go in hot and just break these windows? Because we could go in hot. We're never coming back to this fucking town.
We are never coming back to this fucking
town. Back to this town
again.
Yes.
Are
we about to mountain goats our way into this radio station?
I hope you break in. I hope we both break in. So yeah, that's Christ. Alistair, that's up to that. This is up to you.
Okay.
Because this is your job. If you're gonna get yelled at if we go in hot, that's, then we won't do it. We'll figure out something else. But, or if you want to try and, hold out the crowbar. Like, if you want to put a little hook on it or something, or whatever you do. I mean, honestly, if we do want to try a credit card, that may actually work here and may work better than a crowbar because it's thinner.
Okay.
But that is up to you.
I'll try the credit card first, but the thing about the agency is technically absolutely not supposed to break this window. In practice, anybody who would be around to care has been shunted into some kind of parallel or auxiliary space-time plane.
Except for the person who is in the building adjacent to this one.
Yeah, well...
Do you want me to go distract them? Do you want to go distract them? While I break a window? Well, one or the other of us breaks a window?
I think if it comes to breaking the window, yeah, I'll go talk to them.
Okay.
Talk to them, keep them distracted.
Yeah.
But let's try the credit card trick.
I'm not great at lying, so...
A large portion of my job involves convincing people that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at any given moment.
And that's why we make a good team. And then Saint makes a face at that. And
yeah, Alistair also makes a face, and they don't look at each other. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get a credit card or some kind of card out of my wallet and see if I can try to pick the whatever kind of latch mechanism is on there.
Using a card, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll for either flatly or if you think you have an appropriate skill.
I'm trying to make. The thing is I keep wanting to argue for craft, but that's not it.
No.
And neither is resources, because you run into that thing where tabletop games use words to mean slightly different things in different systems.
Right, for sure.
Can I add stealth to this with the idea that I do have experience trying to manipulate things quietly and discreetly?
Yeah, I really like that. I'd be okay with that.
Okay. That gets me a whole ass +1. So, me at my dice. Don't fuck me, Gil. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No.
I hate everything. No, that's fine. So that's 2 negatives, 1 neutral, 1 positive, which gets me a flat fucking 0. I am playing a fucking point. I am re-rolling this thing.
It's tough out here for
this
people
is
trying to break into
insane.
stuff.
I can't believe you guys killed an eldritch alien monster in the first chapter and now can't open this door.
I mean, we can. If we can, I'm gonna open this door come hell or high water.
Yeah, I just think that's kind of funny.
But the issue is, someone's gonna notice that this door's been opened at this point.
Okay. On that reroll, that is 1 negative, 1 neutral, 2 positives, and a +1 to get me a whole 2.
Hey, that's one better than what I got.
The door opens.
Yay!
God damn it.
We did it! My god, we lost our competent woman and now this is a mess.
Literally.
This is what Mulder was like before he had Scully.
Oh god, I know, right? I think the latch finally comes out and Alistair immediately yanks the door slightly open just to make sure it doesn't fall back into the same hole. It almost does. And then just looks up and looks at Saint and just says, if we ever run into Miss Ortiz again, we're agreeing to nothing about this. Right?
She can't ever know about this.
She can't ever know about this.
She can't ever know about this. I am taking this to my grave.
Yep.
Cactus, I turned to that. Cactus, you can't tell anybody about this.
Whose arms Cactus? Oh boy, whose arms is Cactus in?
Me, I guess. So I looked down at Cactus in my arms. We passed Cactus off when I was trying to open the door. Yeah. I took him back. Cactus, you can't tell anybody about this.
Cactus does the thing where cats lean all the way back so they can look directly up at you.
I'm familiar.
There's a moment of passing eye contact, and then Cactus looks dead ahead at the door again.
He's gonna tell somebody. This just turned into the smoking weed in my room. My dog leaves, and it's he's gonna tell my mom, but instead it's this cat's gonna tell Jules that we couldn't open a door.
When a horse sees you kill someone in Skyrim.
Literally just it does not matter. I swear to God, it does not matter what system you are playing, whether it's, faux early modern technology level or modern or science fiction. It is always tabletop players and doors.
Every time.
It is
every time it's a fucking
taxes
door.
And doors in tabletop games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully that's the extent of this door puzzle.
We have solved the door puzzle. Yeah. I think. Okay.
The puzzle that probably wasn't supposed to be a fucking puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the dice just want you to not progress the story.
Hey, are you playing this for a show? For a podcast show? that you're recording for everybody to hear. What if you rolled real bad multiple times in a row? Is that fun? Is that entertaining?
Are you not entertained?
I mean, I think this was pretty funny. But don't worry, no more D&D door puzzles, I promise. Who's stepping in first, and who has the highest dexterity?
Well, me, I think, probably. I'm the closest thing to... Well, I'm literally a bard, so... Is Alistair a wizard? Let's pause for a second. I think we've talked about this already, but Alistair's a wizard for sure,
I think Alistair's
right?
an artificer. If we're including artificers. Otherwise, yes, Alistair is a wizard.
Okay, great. I think we've talked about this before, but I just wanted to make sure. I'll go in. There's no way this could go poorly.
Poison darts immediately shoot out of the wall.
Damn it. I'm a half-orc, so I am resistant to poison.
In which the gang suddenly wildly changes genres.
Very funny to imagine Saint as a I'm Petros, hi. Crossover event of the season.
One of those big Pit and the Pendulum axes comes swinging down from the left.
I fall through the floor.
Ah, damn.
And fall into spikes and die. Rip.
You walk through the left side of this double door, and you walk into a very musty lobby. Nobody has really been making a ton of use of this area in a while. You get the impression that even though there may be some foot traffic in and out of this area, it's infrequent enough that this place never feels fresh. That so much of its use was in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, that much like the older radio station you walked into earlier, it kind of has a permanent, musty cologne and cigarette smoke filled funk to it. The lights are off. There are a number of kind of mod designed chairs, a big glass coffee table, a reception desk, some kind of antique looking signs that perhaps would just as easily belong in the museum as they would in this lobby. But this seems to be the working offices of the radio station, although it seems that nobody's worked here in a while. Some of the chairs have sheets draped over them. All the lights are off, as I believe I already said. At the end of this room, on the opposite side, there is a smaller kind of hallway with two doors on the left and one door on the right. The door to the right looks like it leads to a room that takes up space from this room.
Okay. Whatever room is down over on the right, it kind of extends down towards us.
Right.
Okay. Man, they updated all the technology here, but they did not update the decor.
Somebody must have been a fan of mid-century modern.
All right. Any particular door speaking to you, or?
I'm gonna flip on the blacklight flashlight. Just kind of do a sweep, see if there's anything that fluoresces where I don't expect it to.
You do a pan across the room from right to left. From the door to the right, it's nothing. You get the glint of cobweb and dust particles in the air. Even swinging open that door seems to have disturbed the airflow in this place. But as you shine the light over to the left side, over toward the left far door, you can see the kind of pinkish purple luminescent smudge marks around the door. And most importantly, you can see light, that pink and purple light, bleeding underneath the door jamb.
Door number 3 it is.
If I put Cactus down, where does he go?
He, once you set Cactus down, he zips down the hallway and starts pawing at the door at the back left. the same door that has the smears.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. Shall we?
I have absolutely no idea what to expect.
Yeah, me
Behind
neither.
that door.
I thought that was the answer to the question. Shall we?
I
don't know,
have,
maybe.
but no idea.
I'm just gonna leave.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, I quit.
Yeah. Oh, we're going in. Can I open the door?
This door is noticeably not locked, unlike the previous ones. And you give the handle a bit of a jiggle and begin to kind of push it in. You can feel that it slides open a lot better than the previous door. This place has been furnished a little bit better because you are stepping into the new digitized studio. You are kind of off-put immediately by the sound of this irregular, thumping, humming noise. This is not the fluorescent lights. This is probably not any piece of technology that you're familiar with. It sounds at times like a heartbeat or a motor engine or just kind of a loud, increasing, pulsing sound. That's what you hear immediately when you open the door. Do you still have your black light on?
Yeah.
As long as that's on, you are kind of overwhelmed by that purple light. That there is a certain ultraviolet something that is coating the walls of this room, or coating the ground, or at least coating enough of it that its radiance is kind of off-putting toward you.
Oh, shit.
Just like the monster you saw in Chapter 1.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I think, like, after kind of doing the kind of squint and shield eyes and sort of realizing that that's not... I'm not going to be able to see what's going on in there with the black light on. Whatever it is fluorescing too strongly, I'll turn it off.
There is still a pink and purple light in this room, although it's not what coats the walls and the floor. It's not visible via the black light. Instead, you can see that there is this object sitting on the desk of the anchor. It looks very heavy, and you can see scuff marks leading from a back door up to that desk, almost as if it was dragged inside, perhaps from the park, perhaps from that pit. It is large and unwieldy and isn't really a shape that you're used to any sort of electronic looking like, and it has all sorts of cables sticking out of it. Some are detached and hanging off the edge of the desk, some are plugged right into the radio station. And maybe it's a trick of the light, maybe it's the dim fluorescence or the pink and purple glow, but it almost looks like the machine is breathing. There's no one else in the room. Just the two of you, just the cat, and two additional shadows.
This is why we don't pick up familiar technology in the woods, bring it back, plug it into the radio station. Okay. I want to try to figure out what the fuck is up with this thing. I would like to use one of my stunts.
Gimme.
Which is
Yeah.
better with machines. Roll rapport instead of craft when dealing with unfamiliar technology. I would like to walk up to this thing and get to know it.
If I was going to assist you, would I be using craft or rapport?
Rapport, presumably.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter either way because I just give you a +1 as long as it's above average, and both of those skills are above average for me. So I'll give you a +1 if you want me to.
Sick. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a +3 in rapport. So this is going to be whatever this is, +4. Let's roll better. Okay. Hilariously, once again, that is 1 positive, 1 negative, 2 neutrals, but it's a +4, so it's a 4.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna pull out. Jules. I assume Saint has Jules multi-tool, but I'm gonna pull out mine.
I do, yeah.
And very gently start kind of taking notes on, what parts of the, like, soundboard are plugged into, how is it interfacing with the kind of technology we understand. I mean, if it's plugged into a soundboard, clearly there's either some sort of splicing going on, or those two things have some way of talking to each other. And I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm kind of trying to get to know it. So weirdly, this is my, like, this is Alistair's thing. That his kind of weird thing that he does. The way that, like, Saint's sort of inexplicable ability is that, ordinary songs become something else when he needs them to. Alistair, you get this weird sense that it's almost like he's having a conversation with whatever this thing is. He's not dissecting it, he's getting it to tell him about itself.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You look up and down the machine, and you do notice some key, very literal mechanical facts about it, which is that it is plugged into the radio station equipment, into the radio station desk, into the audio input channels. The wires look like they have been connected manually and maybe even haphazardly, that the wire has been soldered together because there is no adapter that you can buy from an electronics store that allows you to directly connect AV imports to this alien technology. There are bands of duct tape holding those wires together. There is a puddle of, I guess the word for it is just ooze, that is just kind of dripping from the base of this machine, dripping down onto the floor. It does not seem acidic, but it has definitely covered the tile floor. And you half get the impression that that ooze may be responsible for the ultraviolet light that you've seen around. As you are beginning to examine it, you do notice that breathing is almost more prominent. The machine itself has these kind of glowing panels on the side that appear very plastic-like, like a very thin plastic that seem to almost be expanding and contrasting. And again, it's hard to tell whether or not it's purely an optical illusion or if it's working like some sort of pair of lungs. There is something a little bit organic about this machine. As you are beginning to kind of look over its surface and look over the various deeply alien symbols that you can see etched on its side around certain joints and on certain panels, the machine flickers just a little, and with the kind of thrum of the heartbeat like hum, the machine fades out from this reality. And then about a minute later, it fades back in.
Did you do that?
No.
Okay.
No, whatever this thing is, I think there's an organic component to it, or something that... I think, sort of almost for the first time here, like, Alistair really has to kind of take a second to think about, like, Saint is not... Like, Saint, as far as Alistair's employers are concerned, Saint should not be here. Should not be seeing this. This is like...
What are you gonna do about it, Slick?
This is the real deal. I know. Yep. Okay. Well, you didn't really sign up for, extraterrestrial technology, did you?
Not specifically, but I signed up to help people, which is more important than the details to me.
Okay. Well, whatever this is, we're going to have to disconnect it. And I don't know what's going to happen when I start trying to do that.
Yeah, we don't know what that's going to do to these people. Huh.
No.
But I guess your employers may not necessarily care about that point. That wasn't meant to be a dig, but like it is a little bit of a dig.
I mean, I'm just remembering what happened in the first chapter.
Yeah, I am too.
A disruption on this scale would be regrettable. And, to be perfectly frank, difficult to cover up. And whatever it is exerting an unknown influence on an unknown and possibly expanding area. Which means that priority number 1, rather than study, is neutralize.
That seems reasonable. So what do you want to do? Just pop it out? Or alternatively, do you want to try and shut the station down itself? So rather than trying to deal with the machine directly, turn off everything else? Kind of cut off the water?
I think we should try that first. Yes, okay. That's a good idea. If we can find if we throw the breakers or something, that'll tell us whether or not it has its own power source.
Yeah.
If it can operate independently of the station's electrical grid, then we have a different set of problems on our hands. So, why don't you go find a circuit breaker? Now that we've found this thing, I don't particularly want to leave it alone.
That's reasonable. Using, like, craft, do you think I could try and find, like, what is the... logically, where would that kind of room be? Rather than... I could just check every room, but I feel like this is a situation where I could, like, use my technical knowledge to kind of...
Sure, go ahead and roll craft for me.
Okay. That's
you want to roll craft so bad.
I want to. You want to roll craft so bad it makes you look stupid.
I'm just gonna start documenting everything I possibly can as fast as I can.
Sure, the classic phone in the chest pocket deal. Everything.
Literally, yes. As Saint starts walking away to go find this, here's Alistair. Like phone in chest pocket, start a recording. And is like both taking pictures and narrating, kind of Scully doing an autopsy style.
Sure.
Yeah.
Saint, go ahead and give me that craft roll.
I rolled a 3.
Wonderful. You can see through the glass wall into the room that the first door on the left leads to, which is the engineer's room. And you can see that there is a circuit breaker on that back wall.
Sexy. Okay. I will go into that room and flip the breaker. Make sure that I'm doing it, like, safely and stuff,
Of course. You leave the room that you're in, step outside back into that lobby, and start to turn to the right to the door that would lead into the next room. You are able to open it easily. That door was indeed not locked. Alistair, as you are starting to document things, with your microphones on and everything, the radio station board kind of clicks to life a little bit. There's a lot of digital technology there, and instead of those little needles in the kind of a semicircle popping up with the sound intensity, there's instead those LED lights rising and falling with the intensity of the audio that you're hearing. This is KNYW broadcasting live out of Kenway, Nevada. I'm your host, as always, Monty Bushell. I hope everyone's having a wonderful drive home today. We're going to be playing nothing but the golden oldies today, so please do stay tuned. You can hear the voice of the previous occupant of this booth, Monty Bushell.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Based on kind of everything that I know, generally, and as somebody who has used every opportunity to read up on old case files, anything I can get my hands on, and some stuff I'm probably not supposed to have gotten my hands on, can I try to make an educated guess as to whether or not Monty is now kind of ghost in the machining it?
I think you can make it... Are you asking if you can roll, or if you can...
I'm asking if I can roll lore.
That sounds like a lore. Yeah.
Which is my best skill. I'm asking if
Sure.
I can roll to see if Alistair can make a logical leap here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Alright. Okay. That's 1 success and 3 neutrals. So 5.
You've, of course, studied a lot of instances like this. There are a lot of claims that are brought to the department. And perhaps the most frequent type of claim is not strange lights in the skies or aliens in your backyard or even creatures in the woods, but they're instances of paranormal activity. That's what your department classifies them as anyway. But it's the voice of a loved one, or a creaking stair. Perhaps there is some real science there, some real truth, some objective interference in our world from outside of our plane of reality, but maybe it's just somebody not ready to say goodbye yet. In this case, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if Monty Bushell is really a ghost in a machine in front of you, or if there's just a universe in which he didn't die that's bleeding into ours. The way the engine hums and fades in and out of our reality. It seems to hint that while we don't know if there's life on Mars, there might be more life on our Earth than we're aware of. It's just on the next Earth over.
Alright, in that case, it's a sound booth, so I'm not sure how effective it would be, but can I see Saint from in here?
You can.
Okay.
And there are, on each side of the glass, there are microphones.
Okay. I'm gonna flip mine on and just say, alright, throw it.
Okay, I throw it.
The station powers down. The only thing still humming is the machine. The radio boards themselves depower, and the LED lights flicker down.
So we're no longer broadcasting. So this thing is its own independent power source.
Mm-hmm. And it's not powering the board.
It's not powering the board.
It may, of course, have had incredible influence over the board, but it is not, in a true electrical sense, powering the board.
I need to know if it's still transmitting a radio signal. It's kind of a weird... I mean, radio towers, something like that, like... You can tell when they're on, like, when you're right under them, because you can, like, you can tell, like, your senses register the fucking radio waves.
Right.
Or am I just thinking of power lines?
You might be thinking of both, and I think we had this conversation earlier in the
Fuck
chapter.
me again.
But I'll say that even so, there's kind of like an internal, like not quite an ASMR tingle, but like an internal buzzing sensation that you can kind of feel fading. Saint, from your side, looking through the glass, after you turn back, you see that there are an appropriate amount of shadows in the room. One for Alister Graham McAndrews. One for Manny Bushell. And one for Agent Oliver Coy, who have materialized behind Alister.
Alister, you should turn around.
What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kaye as Eyes on the Ground Agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man Saint Garcia-Flores. As you may have surmised, Nick will not be joining us for at least this arc as they pursue their education. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show just for you. Our theme song and incidental music are by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was crafted by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. Additionally, this chapter's story was created with the assistance of Sara Husen. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you would like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about the show on social media, and by simple word of mouth. You can @us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter, and while you're at it, why not tag Infinity Break 23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience flicker and stretch behind you, like a shadow in the hot desert sun. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.